Far away.
Dom, do you try to address the Joe Daniher void in this trade period?
Well, he's a pretty unique player. I don't know if we'll be able to replace him like for like because there's only one Joe. But we'll look for some cover for sure. But we think we've got some good young guys on our list that we want to give some opportunity to. We saw what opportunity did this year for some of our young guys when they got some games. So we're quite hopeful some of those guys will come through as well.
Just ask Carlton, but would Tim Emery be someone who could potentially fill that sort of...
Oh, we haven't really had... It was only 8 days ago we were in the grand final, so we haven't had a lot of time to really go through what our options are. But we'll have a look at all options and just work our way through that.
How long were you aware that this could be something that could happen?
Well, we knew when we first acquired Joe that he wasn't necessarily going to be around for a really long time. And that's why we sort of approached his contract the way we did. But Joe was really good in giving us always an idea of what he was considering, but obviously there's a difference between considering something and actually doing it. So he gave us a really good lead-in, and we felt like he did the right thing by us.
How do you place for points, Dom? Are you confident you can get all the points?
We're cautiously optimistic that we'll be able to get some more points, but clearly we've got some work to do there, yeah.
Is there an ideal world where you don't touch next year's first and you get thrown unscathed?
Yeah, that would be the ideal world, Mitch. Yeah, absolutely, that we don't touch next year's first, yeah. But whether we're able to do that or not, we'll wait and see what unfolds.
Where are you expecting a bid to come for Sam Marshall?
That's in the hands of others. We don't really know. He's a good player, but we don't really know until other people will determine where that bid comes. So can't answer that.
Could make it really difficult for you to find a replacement for Joe if you needed to use any draft picks, like you've got the capacity.
Yes, that's we clearly have some limitations in being able to acquire players, given our plans are clearly around the draft and these young guys we're wanting to bring in. So, yeah, we'll focus on that, and we're really comfortable where that sits.
Would it be crazy to give Tom Hawkins a call?
We've had a lot of very helpful suggestions, some more realistic than others, but I'm happy to put him in the book as well as people we need to speak to.
Tom, is there anything more realistic? Any chance that you can start?
Oh, look, I don't want to talk about guys listed on other people's list, but I think that'd be highly unlikely. I think he's quite committed at Richmond.
Can you just speak on the Logan Morris selection last year, 11 months ago, and the year he's having now premiership player with the club?
Oh, look, we're wrapped with Logan. Clearly he was someone we targeted in the draft, and we've been ecstatic with how he's come through and the work he's been able to do. We think he's got plenty of good growth ahead, and clearly that was the type we were targeting, knowing that we knew we weren't going to have Joe for a really long time, whether that was an extra year or two. So we targeted some guys in that area clearly in the draft, and we're wrapped with how he's gone.
With the extra cap room, do you get a bit of flexibility to try and manoeuvre something, and does that give you...
Oh, look, potentially, but the free agency period is sort of you need to be in that a bit earlier. And so potentially yes, but we don't really have the draft capital to go and sort of trade for players. So I don't think we'll be making any big moves like that.
Deven Robertson's decision to stick around last year was announced pretty late. Are you expecting him to, after a couple of games this year, ask for a trade?
Yeah, look, he's had some really unfortunate timing with his injuries this year. He had a wrist in the off-season and then a shoulder at a really inconvenient time when we had some opportunity to open up. Clearly he would like some more opportunity. We've had a really open discussion with him, and he's going to explore his options. He hasn't told us whether he definitively wants to go anywhere, but he certainly wants to explore his options.
You mentioned it's been suggested Tom Hawkins, but have you spoken to his management at all?
Have I spoken to Tom Petro?
Sorry, Tom Hawkins.
Yeah, well, so his agent Tom Petro. I've spoken to him a lot, but not about Tom Hawkins, no.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.